Hey there, welcome to my channel. My name is Etefevoke. Happy new month to every single one of you out there watching this video. The month of June was not so um it was quite tough for me. It ended on a sad note. That energy was just going through the month for me, and I didn't read much books during the month, but I was able to read some books. I read Little Fires Everywhere by Celeste Ng. I also read Paulo Coelho's book, a book of manuals, and also I read Chimamanda's Americana again for the second time. And I have a review of that on my channel. Please check that out. Thank you very much. So, and although I was not able to read a lot of books during the month, I was able to do that, and books served as a haven for me as usual. But it was a bit of a drag for me. But I'm back now, and I am very hopeful that this month of July will be beautiful, and I have my own list of books I would like to read in this month. When I was compiling this list, I had nothing in mind in particular. I just wanted to read something. It's just the same energy. Just enjoy it, enjoy the journey. I'm not really looking at a particular set of books, whether it's classic or I don't know. I'm not really looking at anything in particular. There's really no purpose for this list. I just picked up random books and said, okay, I'd like to read this book in July, and that's it. So there's really no story behind the list, if you get what I mean. The first on my list is A Woman Is No Man by etefevoke. I have started reading this book. I was on the first page, then I got distracted and I stopped. So I said, okay, maybe I'll read it in the month of July. From the description of this book, I learned that this is I hope I'm getting that pronunciation right. Etef's debut novel, and it's about it tells the story of 3 generations of Palestinian American women struggling to express their individual desires within the confines of their Arab culture in the wake of shocking intimate violence in their community. A story of culture and honor, secrets and betrayals, love and violence, set in an America at once foreign to many and staggeringly close at hand. A Woman Is No Man is an intimate glimpse into controlling and closed cultural world, and a universal tale about family and the ways silence and shame can destroy those we have sworn to protect. I'm pretty excited to read this book, honestly, and I'll definitely be giving you a review of this book. I might tell you about my journey through this book, so please stay tuned. And the next book on my list is The Fisherman, not man, The Fisherman by Chigozie Obioma. This is written by a Nigerian, and my cousin recommended this book to me. She said I should, because then I was in search of a male author that I can read and enjoy his book, because I felt like, okay, I know that with books there's really no gender and everything, but I said to myself, okay, why don't you just read something by a male author? And she recommended this book for me, and I really appreciate it, and I added it to my to-read list for the month of July. Yeah, so the description of the book is in this dazzling debut novel, it's also the debut novel for Chigozie Obioma, and it was shortlisted for the 2015 Man Booker Prize, so it's really it was well recognized when it was released. And okay, it says, in this dazzling debut novel, 4 young brothers in a small Nigerian town encounter a madman whose prophecy of violence threatens the core of their family. Told from the point of view of 9-year-old Benjamin, the youngest of 4 brothers, The Fisherman is the Cain and Abel-esque story of an unforgettable childhood in 1990s Nigeria. When their father has to travel to a distant city for work, the brothers take advantage of his extended absence to skip school and go fishing. At the forbidden nearby river, they encounter a madman who predicts that one of the brothers will kill another. What happens next is an almost mythic event whose impact, both tragic and redemptive, will transcend the lives. I'm reading this already. You can tell that there's excitement in the air. I can't wait to read this. I read people's review of this book, and they said they cried, and I cannot wait to experience that emotion as well. Yes, I can't. Another book on my list is Freshwater by Akweze Emezi. It's a Nigerian author as well. I've been seeing this book around, but I kind of judged this book by its cover. I'm sorry about that, but I didn't really like the cover of this book when I was seeing it around. I think I was seeing it on some digital books platforms, and that was just me, and that was the relationship I had with the book. Like, should I not? So I saw it again on a list of books, nice Nigerian books, and I was like, okay, let me pick this book and read it, because I've been seeing it around. So, and the description is quite appealing. It says, and that was one with one foot on the other side, having prayed her into existence. Her parents, Saul and Sachi, struggle with the volatile and contradictory spirits peopling their troubled girl. When Ada comes of age and heads to college, the entities within her grow in power and agency. An assault leads to a crystallization of herself. As Ada fades in the background of her own mind, and these selves, now protective, now hedonistic, seize control of Ada, her life spirals in a dark and dangerous direction. Okay, this book, I think it's going to be one wild one for me. I hope I don't get scared. You know, if you watch my previous videos, you know that I get scared easily. So yeah, I hope I don't get scared with the vivid imagery from this book. Yeah, but I'm looking forward to reading it. Yeah, I want to read it. Number 3 on my list is The Woman Next Door by Yewande Omotoso. Pardon me if I do not get that pronunciation right. Something really caught my attention from the description of this book. It says, loving thy neighbor is easier said than done. This line alone is so real, and it really made me smile because it's very true. Yes. And okay, yes, Hortensia, James, and Marion Agostino are neighbors. One is black, the other white. Both are successful women with impressive careers. Both have recently been widowed and are living with questions, disappointments, and secrets that have brought them shame. And each has something that the woman next door deeply desires. Sworn enemies, the two share a hedge and a deliberate hostility, which they maintain with a zeal that belies their age. But one day, an unexpected event forces Hortensia and Marion together. As the physical barriers between them collapse, their bickering gradually softens into conversation, which yields a discovery of shared experiences. But are these sparks of connection enough to ignite a friendship? Or is it too late to expect these women to change? I feel like I'll start with this woman next door. I don't know. Okay. The other book on my list is By the River Piedra I Sat and Wept. It's written by my favorite author, one of my favorite authors, Paulo Coelho. I hope I'm getting this pronunciation right. Sorry if I don't. And this is the same author, The Alchemist. I think everyone should know about The Alchemist. Yeah. So I try to impute, okay, but this one is a story. I try to impute Paulo Coelho's book in my to be read list for every month, because he's kind of like my personal therapist. His books are kind of like my personal therapist, because I don't know, he just have the right words. He always does, and I find such comfort in his books, honestly. So I try to put his books in every month when I read. So here's the description. From Paulo Coelho's author of the international bestseller The Alchemist comes a poignant, richly poetic story that reflects the depth of love and life. Rarely does the adolescent love reach its full potential. But what happens when two young lovers reunite after 11 years? Time has transformed Pyla into a strong and independent woman, while her devoted childhood friend has grown into a handsome and charismatic spiritual leader. She has learned well how to bury her feelings, and he has turned to religion as a refuge from his raging inner conflict. Now, so now they are together once again, embarking on a journey fraught with difficulties as blame and resentment resurfaces after more than a decade. But in a small village in the French Pyrenees, I hope I got that pronunciation right, by the water of the river Piedra, a most special relationship will be re-examined in the dazzling light of some of life's biggest questions. Yeah, that's it for my to be read books for the month of July. However, the list is not fully complete yet because I have more books waiting, like a backlog of books to clear up, waiting for me to read them, because I just keep on jumping from one book to another, because sometimes I just want a simple story. Yeah, so that's why most of them I just jump from one story to another, one book to the other. So I still have Binti trilogy to finish. I already did a review of Binti on my channel, so you can please check that out as well. Binti trilogy is written by Nendi Okorafor, and she was my gateway to African futurism and science fiction, so I really appreciate her writing and her work. So I'm really taking my time to finish Binti trilogy, but I'm going to finish it soon because that's what I'm currently reading. Although I'm going to jump to The Woman Next Door. I know that I said that, but okay. I still have Binti trilogy to finish. The book is always having an African Afrofuturism and a lot of science fiction. It's set in the intergalactic UNZA uni, and it's really a nice read, a really nice book. I did a full review of Binti. That's the first part of the book on my channel, so please check that out. Then we have The Perfect Mother by Amy Molloy. Started reading into a very, I think from my app I finished up to about 39% of that book, but I stopped because I don't know, something happened and I just stopped reading that particular book at that moment. It's basically about a group of mothers. They have this I don't know, it's like a support group. It's not really a support group, it's like, I don't know how to call, I don't know the word, but they're just like, they gave birth at a particular period. They call themselves the May mothers, and there's a word for that. It's more as like it's not really a book club, but it's like a group of moms that come together and just talk about stuff, and they share emails about how to take care of their babies and everything. So one night out, and a mother lost her baby. So this book is kind of like a thriller, and it goes on how to find this baby, and also it's gonna bring out a lot of dark secrets from each characters, and that's it. So that's what the book is basically about. So I want to finish that book as well. So I have 4 books I haven't read and 3 unfinished books to clear up. So that's 7 books for my to be read books for the month of July. Yeah, I'm pretty excited to dive into these books and just carry on with this journey. And I do hope that you get to join me and watch my videos, watch my review of these books, and I will encourage you to please read along as well, because we can talk about it, and it's really fun when you share your ideas or share what you think or your experience from this same book. It's so much fun. I would like for you to tell me what you think about the books. Comment if you've read the book before. Please tell me how you feel, what was your experience in the comment section. I would appreciate that. And if you have any book that you'd like to recommend for me, I love that. So please do. I'm looking forward to your recommendations. But until then, do stay safe and do take good care of yourself. And goodbye. Take care. Thank you for watching.